Hey everybody, Jeff Stone here with day 62 of the year 2015 at magicreviewed.com. I want to give you a little behind the scenes peek at something here before we get to the review. This is a packing slip from Murphy's. I get a lot of my review stuff from them. And as you can see, this is a list of something that I got on a review or on an unboxing at one point. And you can see that everything's checked off except for this one particular product. But here's what... That's how many of these I've got here, guys. There's 25 of these. Most of them, you know, a lot of them are checked off, and some of these I have just one or two left before I can check it off and throw the piece of paper away. And that is what's happening today. This one here, all these products on here. The last one that I haven't checked off yet is right here, the box by Mark Southworth. And so I'm going to get to throw away this sheet today to get that stack down a little bit, man. Anyway. And real quick, before we get to the review, today was the first of, you know, all these contests are going on. Some of them are just happening every day, but the Facebook ones are just happening when I feel like it, basically. I've got them scheduled out, but I'm not going to tell you when. And today, I gave this away. That's right. Stone Cold Magic, Gemstones, Stone Friction Fire, the Big Blind Media Double Lift Project, as well as my Terror Below Zero ebook. And the ebooks that go with the Friction and the Stone Cold Magic DVD. Those went out today. If you want to see who won, you can head over to facebook.com/magicreviewed. And oftentimes when I say that on camera, it sounds like I'm saying magic review, but it's reviewed, like past tense, like I reviewed it. Magic reviewed. Anyway, so that was it for today. This was one today, given away. And then in a few days, we'll do another one and we'll give away another package. I got 5 of those to give away. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the box. So what you're getting, this is Card to Impossible location, right? You have this box sitting here on the table. The spectator can hold on to it. Now, if they open this box and they start looking around, yeah, there's stuff to see in there. But as long as they don't open it, you're good. And a simple tip for that Mark Southworth talks about is just wrap a rubber band around it and you're good. Or I kind of like this idea. Problem is it's not as visual, but this bag comes with it. You drop it into the bag, and then you put a little padlock on it, and you have to supply your own padlock. But that's for more of a mystery prediction. But if you're doing sort of an open thing, then just put this right out on the table. Now, what this is a device that allows you to apparently dump this out into your hand, you know, essentially it's a switching device, or it can be used as a vanishing device. Now, I'm going to show you what it looks like as a vanishing device, because doing the switch at this angle is just weird, and my camera's mounted, so too bad, folks. Anyway, but you wouldn't really want to do it as a vanish with a playing card. You would do it as a vanish with a bill, like maybe you're going to do bill and lemon. So let's just walk through quickly how that would work. You borrow a bill, they sign it, you fold it up, and you put it in this box. Apparently, okay? So then they see the bill is there, and you give them the bill to hold. They're in the beginning of the routine. You go through your routine where you get the bill to the lemon, and then at the end, when you produce the lemon, you take this dollar bill out. Now, they don't know that the lemon has a bill in it. The lemon's there for whatever reason, or nest of envelopes, or, you know, whatever. Envelope in wallet, or whatever. So then at the very end, it's like a magic transposition where you open the box up. They can see the card in there. You dump it out into your hand, and you can hand that out to be examined if you want, okay? And the bill is apparently in your hand, and then you throw it into the lemon, apparently, and then it reappears in the lemon. So that's the basic idea, and that's how you can use this for a vanishing device. Now, this box here, it can be handed out for examination. And there's nothing to find in there, okay? The gimmick it's right there. You're looking at it, but due to the way the gimmick works, it locks into place and you can't get to it. And so there's no way that they can get to that without the special unlocking device. When you have the unlocking device, which is also supplied, it's instantly reset. So one thing I'm noticing with this one is I'm playing around with it, and it's not happening right now, but it did in my quote performance a second ago. Is this pops off. Now, that keeps popping off. Not sure what the skinny is with that. just started doing that. So I don't know if that's a factory defect or if I'm just handling it wrong, but there, it's fine now. Anyway, you also get a second box in case this one breaks. This is just a box with, there's no gimmicks in it or anything like that. It's just an empty box. And then you can take the gimmick out of here and put it in here. So you also get 3 little things that I'm hiding down here that allow you to make more gimmicks. Now see, this box did the same thing. Look at that. So there's a warning of maybe a possible product quality issue there that did not happen to me before. So I didn't write about that in the review, in the written review. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, you get, so a minute ago when you saw that playing card in there, that could just as easily have been a bill or a little paper folded up, a billet. And in order to do that, you need this one little special something that you're supplied 3 of. And what's cool about this is that piece, that playing card, can be removed and you can put in a bill. And as far as I know, this is the only box like this that allows you to easily switch it out. In most boxes, if you want it to be something besides a playing card, you have to make up another gimmick, and it's a pain in the butt to put that other gimmick in there. This one, no, it's super easy. You have to make the gimmicks in advance, and you've got everything you need here to have multiple gimmicks. And so you could have in a little vinyl wallet or in your pocket a dollar bill gimmick, a billet gimmick, a red back playing card gimmick, a blue back playing card gimmick, whatever. And then anytime you want, just take out the red card and put in the blue card or the dollar bill or whatever. So it's very, very well done. The concept is very smart. It's self-working. I mean, the thing works great. I have no problems whatsoever with the product quality at all as far as the gimmick, other than this issue with the box lid, which is doing just fine now. So I don't know what's going on there. But other than that, no issues with the product quality. The method is basically self-working. The amount of time it takes you to make the dollar bill gimmick or the other gimmicks is just a few minutes, and it's a one-time thing that you have to do. You do have to know how to do a Mercury card fold if you're going to be doing the playing card version. But the dollar bill and the billet ones, you don't have to know how to do that. To me, this would be ideal for like a confabulation routine or any kind of prediction where you've got a little note card in there that supposedly has a prediction on it, sitting on the table the whole time. And then at the end, after you've done your work to get the confabulation or the prediction on the other card that you're going to switch in, then you dump this out in your hand and you've switched in the new billet, and this thing can be handed out to be examined. So that's what you're getting. It's $75 for the whole set, and just for the props alone, I mean, I think that's not an unreasonable price. So the ad copy integrity, there's only really one problem I have with the ad copy, and that was in the ad copy, it didn't show you dumping the card out. It showed him, the box was open, and it showed him reaching in and getting it. Now, to be honest, I don't think it looked that good when you do it that way. But that's not the problem I have with it. The problem I have with it is they don't teach that on the video. They don't teach you how to do it that way. And the way this gimmick works, it's not necessarily intuitive when you see the way he did it in the trailer and you know how the gimmick works. It's not necessarily intuitive, like how did he actually manage to do that. I have a basic idea in my head of how it's done, but there's some finer points and details that you would need to understand if you're going to do it that way. That's not covered on the DVD, and that does annoy me when they do that. I'm not saying that what he showed on the video is not possible. I'm just saying he didn't teach us how to do it. Annoying. So, speaking of annoying, the DVD is annoying. It starts off even before you put it in your DVD player. This is the DVD you get. Yeah. Oh, man, I almost broke it. It's burned. It's no label. It's just thrown in the box. I mean, it was in a sleeve, but it just felt like no care went into the production, which, fine. If you don't have a label on the DVD, yeah, fine. But that no care of production went into the DVD itself. Bad lighting. I mean, really bad. Like, there's part of the video where Stephen Lethwaite is in the video, and his face kept getting washed out by the lights and stuff, and the color shifted. It looked like, I don't know, maybe they need to do white balance or different lighting or whatever. I'm no expert, as you know. My videos are sometimes weird lighting too. But these are free, guys, not $75. So the lighting was bad. The audio was below average, to say the least. There's no menu. It's just a straight track of 1 hour and 8 minutes. And the worst part is if you like try to skip ahead to the next chapter or whatever, you end up just at some random point in the future on the DVD. There's no real, chapter breaks. So that kind of stuff's annoying, makes it a little bit frustrating to watch. So that's the DVD quality. What about the teaching quality? Well, yeah. It's not horrible. And there's a lot of stuff. I wrote a ton of stuff about this in the written review. And it's a lot of negative stuff. It's not, I'm not being rude, but it's just negative things. But most of them are things that are not so much, this is negative, therefore you shouldn't get this product. They're more like, look, as long as you know what you're getting yourself into, okay? Let me just give you a few examples. And first, by the way, my UK friends out there, okay? This is going to sound like I'm being a jerk, and I promise I'm not. I really want to know, what's the deal with the word literally? Or, as I hear it pronounced from my UK friends, literally. They leave off the E there after L-I-T. I'm not exaggerating when I just reviewed David Loosely's Mystique, and he did the same thing. It just seems like all the UK magicians do this, and I don't know what it is. But they say things like this. I literally just have them select a card, then I literally just have them sign the right across the face, just or actually it was literally right across the face. I mean, it's like they use the word literally 10 times in one sentence, and I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. So I'm just wondering if it's just a culture thing over there. I'm just curious. So that it did annoy me a little bit, frankly, but I'm not going to let that affect the star rating. That's just me being annoyed by something petty. So no offense is meant by that. Hopefully none was taken. That aside, Mark Southworth does a pretty good job of explaining. I mean, everything you need to know, you'll learn it on this DVD. Everything you need to know to do this, you'll learn it. The one thing that I felt was actually missing, there's no performance anywhere, not even on the ad trailer. Only thing they do in the ad trailer is they show him signing the card, and then they show the moment where he removes it from the card, and they don't from the box, and they don't even teach that moment in the video. I would like to see a performance from start to finish, even if it's just for the camera. I'm not expecting them to go out and find spectators and film in the streets, because I know that's a pain in the butt. I get it, but just to the camera, have the cameraman sign the card, or even sign it yourself and just show a full routine without you going, and then I would do this, and then I would do that, and just walk through the routine and perform it for the camera. There's none of that in there. In fact, a lot of the explanations, particularly for other ideas that were beyond just the main effect that's, card to box, he just explained them. He just talked through them without even showing hardly anything. It was just him talking to the camera kind of thing. So I just felt a little bit more detailed, a little more attention to detail to the instruction would have been better. Further, he was very scatterbrained. He was a nice guy. I'm not insulting the guy, but just the explanation and everything was just, it felt like the sections of the DVD were maybe not in the best order, and they were, he bouncing all over the place, and especially when Stephen Lathwaite came into the picture, the two of them were just all over the place. And there was even a part where I was extremely annoyed, not at those guys, and I know I don't know them, but and they're both nice guys, and I've talked with Stephen Lathwaite a few times in chat, like emails and stuff like that, or in a forum or somewhere, but I know I've chatted with him a little bit, so I don't have any problem with these guys. But they got to the point where they were just sharing all these ideas, and they're kind of talking over each other, and they wouldn't let the other one talk, and none of it was like they were fighting or anything negative like that. They weren't at each other's throats. It's just they were all excited about what they're talking about, to the point where they're kind of just ignoring the other person there, and they kept repeating stuff over and over and over again, and it was almost like there was a couple places where they did a take or whatever, and then you could kind of sense that they did a quick cut, and then they did that same thing again, and it seems to me like they were cutting and redoing it because they kind of felt the first one wasn't very good, but they left with the first one in anyway, and the second one and the third one, and they're talking over each other, and I was actually getting annoyed because I couldn't understand what they were saying because there was so much over top of each other. It was like watching two people fight. I mean, even though they weren't fighting, but that's what it was like. It was just Like, you guys, shut up, man. Shut up and let the other guy talk. Slow down. Breathe. Holy cow, it's just driving me crazy, man. Sorry, I'm not mad at these guys, but it was very, like, angering to watch that. I don't know why. Anyway, again, I can't let that necessarily hit the final review, but that may be enough of a reason for you guys to go, I don't want to sit through that, or not. I don't know. I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other in this particular case. I'm just telling you the facts. And then there's this other thing that people, it's like the new thing in magic videos, where it's like everything I say has to have a chapter and a title and music. And so I'm not exaggerating. At the very beginning of the DVD, you know, like 1 or 2 segments in, there's the slow fade in to Mark Southworth at the table. And then he says, let's look at how the box works. And then it's a slow fade out, very slow fade to black. And then big music and animated graphics come on the screen and says, how the box works. And then it fades into another shot of him sitting at the table. And then he says, let's look at how the box works. And then he gets into how the box works. What was the point of that? That just drives me crazy, guys. Just stop trying to be flashy and do and whatever, and just get to the point. And says the guy that's done a 16-minute rant about this video. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff like that was driving me crazy in the video. But I'd say the majority of it is more stuff like, it's more like, just so you know, this is what you're going to deal with in the video. It's not like, oh, because of this, therefore I can't recommend it. Because the product gimmick itself is just excellent. It's very, very good, very clever. And I don't think that $75 is an unreasonable price for that, especially when you get the extra stuff and the gimmick is replaceable, or you can interchangeable. That's what I'm looking for. So, having said all that, ad copy is good, other than they didn't teach you that one thing that was in the video. But other than that, it's fine. The method and everything is totally fine. It's exactly what they say it is. It's not a pipe dream. The reset on it is instant. I mean, it's very, very good. The DVD production was weak, but and you get the information you need, although it's in a very scatterbrained and out of order way, but you still get it. And there are some annoying parts in it, but again, it's mostly stuff that you just need to be aware of to make your decision if you're going to purchase this or not. So, having said all that, if you like the effect and you're looking for like a utility device to switch out a card or a billet or whatever, and it's the kind of thing where you just dump it into your hand and you've switched it out, and this is examinable. So if you like that and you're looking for one, if you've already got one, then you may not need this. But I will say, if you've already got one, the advantage I think of this one is that it's so easy to switch out between being a card or a bill or something else. And one last one I will remind you of, that I know this is going to be talking more about effect and method, but there is one where you're showing a dollar bill or a 20 or whatever, and you say, if I can't get your card right, I'll give you $20, right? And they're holding it from the beginning. You do, I can't find your card, I can't find your card, I don't know what it is, I guess you get the 20. You open it up, and you have them cup their hands, and you dump it into their hands, and your hands are empty other than this box. You dump it into their hands, and when you dump it into their hands, the box is now empty, and in their hand is not the $20 bill. It's a little folded up piece of paper, and the paper says you chose the 8 of hearts or whatever card they freely selected, right? To me, if I use this, that's what I would do with it, because then I don't have to worry about finger palming, mercury card folding, switching, any of that business. It's all self-contained, and it's a great thing that just would instantly reset, and I could just carry it around and do it over and over again. That's the method I would use, and it's easy, self-working, other than you have to, the free selection. Other than that, it's self-working, right? Other than the card work. But the actual mechanics of the box in that case, totally self-working. So, I've carried on long enough. So I'm going to shut up. 4 stars. Stone status of gem. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel, please. And listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is From Here to Eternity. Man, it's like Maiden Week. I love it. Iron Maiden. This is off the Fear of the Dark album. Okay, I'm a pretty nice guy, but I think maybe I'll put a link to this in the description so you'll see it. but there is this audition video of somebody, I don't remember, it's one of the, America's Got Talent or X Factor or one of those shows, where this guy sings Fear of the Dark. Now that's From Here to Eternity is this random song here, but it's off the Fear of the Dark album. This guy sings Fear of the Dark, and he has a very thick accent, and he's basically saying the lyrics, and he's not singing. It was a pretty rough audition, but I'll put the link to it. It's funny, anyway, you'll get a kick out of it, I think. So I'll put that as a link in the description below. Tune in tomorrow, day 63, where we will be doing Jay Sankey's Flatline right here. There you have it, folks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Whew. Peace out.